Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday night, and I am your friendly neighborhood dungeon
Ghost.
master.
Oh,
I wish it'd be less work. But when I say dungeon master, I don't mean anything kinky. I mean tabletop role-playing games. And tonight, you are here with me and the rest of the DM Saving Throw crew. Due to me and me alone, I have to let you guys know that this is a hard R-rated streamcast. That's right, you heard it here first. That's our word. We patented and trademarked it unless somebody else has come up with it first, and then I'm sorry. But like always, we go in alphabetical order to introduce thy sweet players. Let's start with you, Casey.
hey everybody, my name's Casey Boyd. I'm playing Byron Bancroft. Got it out that time. Your lovable bard, who is the other kind of dungeon master.
Ayo.
Hello. My name is Emily. I'm playing Maeve the monk, and I am sitting in a room with a dog who has chosen chaos tonight. So,
My name's
Gonna be
Lisa. I am playing Nyx, the reborn cleric, and I cannot wait to watch Lilo poop on stream.
Hi guys, I'm Rob. I'm playing Casper, the orc paladin, and I also cannot wait to poop on stream.
All right, well, that'll definitely either get us views or kicked off, probably both. So commence with that. We are going to do a recap here, and I want to know if anybody had any questions before I go into all the stuff that you guys did last time.
None
Nope.
here.
All right, perfect. So, last time you all met up with a dispute that you found, and it was between a group of Prowler people and a group of Bronze Maul people. They were having a air quotes disagreement, and apparently Prowler had been attacked by someone who blew themselves up at their soda manufacturing facility. Byron, trying to give Prowler a setback, accidentally blew up the Prowler cart and everyone around it. That includes Talon, Soar's own brother. Before this happened, however, he was able to steal one last set of badges to complete them all for the Badge Bunnies. You guys have collected them all now. After committing murder, the group heads off to Norlock Square to find out that, apparently, Mestercath is Eldath. 88 Quiet Place is where the Order of the Reborn Knight are headquartered, and they really don't like the Donnellys. The crew heads off to 88 Quiet Place to meet Farron, and it's there they're asked to start a war and build an army. They find out that Farron is the one who set off the bomb earlier, or at least he is the person who put somebody on that mission to set off that bomb. And the last thing that happened was Mestercath showed up to talk to the group, and they find out that Tom, the Hottie with a Naughty, is in cahoots with the Order of the Reborn Knight and has apparently been reporting back to Mestercath. Does that make sense to everybody? Did I miss anything? Nope. Okay. So last week we gave inspiration to Legendary Wifey for being witty. And if you're here, Legendary Wifey, that means you can give me advantage or disadvantage whenever I roll, or the player's advantage whenever they roll. Keep being awesome in chat, and Lisa, you are up tonight.
Excellent.
The end of the last session literally had Byron asking a question to Mestercath, and that question was, well, what's the plan? So, Mestercath looks at you, and in a different voice from last week, he says, well, what exactly are you looking for? Is a plan. I can answer any questions that you have, but essentially, I would like you guys to go find some people to help us take out Prowler. I can bring myself. I can bring a couple hundred of the Order. And I can also bring... And he pulls out of his cloak a orb that is about 6 or 8 inches around, and it has it looks like a thunderstorm on the inside of it, so it's swirling grays and blues, and every once in a while you guys see flashes. Byron, you know this orb because this is what you stole to get the entire you tied into all this. This is in your backstory, so you might not have told anybody else about it, but you definitely have seen that before. Yep, I say question.
What is that? Who does that summon? What does that bring?
This doesn't summon anything. However, this orb allows you to help kill Aruma. This orb will help to separate a spirit from its body. Combining this orb with the lance, and he points at Casper, will allow you to defeat her. If you're looking for the actual name, it is the Orb of Vorsic. Voorsic or SH. Sorry, no, CH. I can't read my own writing. I apologize.
Thank you.
So you are masquerading as another entity. Is Aruma masquerading as another entity? Is he, she, they a god?
I'm not masquerading as another entity. I am who I am.
But people don't know that you're Metricast.
No. It is something that I need to keep quiet while I gain the strength that I need.
Right. So, but have you always been Metricast? Have you always been the dragon that rivaled Aruma?
I have been many things in my life, and I have continued to come back to be Mestrikath. And then as I defeat her, I come back as something else, such as Eldath. I am here to help protect. Give me an insight. I wish anybody else would have asked that question.
18.
18?
You
can tell-
18? Wow.
You
I've
can
only got a
tell
+4.
that there are there's truth to this, but it's not all of the truth.
Well, clearly, because you just said that he's not parading as somebody's not, but yet he is, and he's hiding who that individual is. So, guy's full of shit, and he's condescending.
Sorry to interrupt, but if you've had this orb of Vorsish, are you saying that this will break the cycle? If we split Aruma's spirit from her body, will this stop her from coming back?
It will stop this iteration.
So how do we stop that permanently?
It is hard to kill a god. I don't know that there is a way. It isn't impossible. It is not. You know what I mean. Justin's too stupid.
My goodness, Mr. Kath, I didn't realize it was so easy to get under your skin.
We can do it. You can't.
Well, as I believe you know, you are part of the offering to stop this.
Can you die?
Not that I know of. And he's wearing he's wearing a shirt, and he opens it up a little bit to show his chest, and you see hundreds of scars across his chest. The same types of scars that you saw on Farron and the dwarf lady.
This is Mestercath we're seeing the scars on?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what kind of scars are we talking here? Are these slices? Are these burn scars?
They're
You
the same types of scars that Farron has on him. The one that you saw come back after he was brought back to life.
Gotcha. Okay. So there's clearly some, I mean, other than just having like memories of past lives, like whatever form it is that they're taking. Seems weird. Seems weird that like neither he nor Aruma can die, but I don't know, we've got a magical fancy lance that's killed gods before.
Go
Mr.
Varast.
We have a lance that has killed gods before. Why do you think that it wouldn't work on Aruma?
He looks at you and tilts his head and says, I'm not saying that it won't work. I'm saying that it hasn't worked so far. And you have to understand, when Varast was killed, that was by Shestrak, another god, wielding the lance.
So then you need to wield the lance, or you need to make Casper a god.
Both of
I
those sound like
certainly
perfectly.
vote for the latter of those options. Unless you wielding the lance will kill you as well.
He thinks about it and says, that might be a solution. I'll need to think about that.
So we'll need to get Casper a hat that says yes, a god. So sorry, I did not realize there was more to that sentence.
It's okay. It's your version of a javelin. So
Farron didn't take too well to that last time. And if you don't mind me asking, Mr. Cap, and she kind of like steps around Farron just to kind of, you know, maybe put herself in a little, just in a way where it's like I can't get like right up next to Mestra Cat's ear, but I can get a little bit closer just to kind of just like, why?
let me explain to you real quick. Mestercath is still up one floor.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
not gonna get up in his ear, but
but
this is
as you have done this,
She's whispering.
exactly. Yeah.
Farron has become oddly quiet. So yeah, so you step past Farron. I apologize. I just wanted to give you that information as you were walking around him.
Just why is it that you have used someone like Farron to be your emissary? You selected Casper, and I'm sorry, I just don't quite understand why it is that you'd pick someone so
sucks.
difficult.
You don't truly understand yet. And he, in very superhero-esque, he lifts up off the banister just the slightest bit, and you can see his clothes waving a little bit in invisible air, invisible wind, as he starts to float down. And as he starts to float down, he floats down towards Farron. And as he gets closer, you start to see Farron's face changing. And it's starting to elongate and stretch. And as Mesrakath gets close and close, you can see that his foot touches the back of Farron's body, and then his knee goes into the back of his body. And then all of a sudden, you see that Farron has been absorbed back into Mesrakath. And he looks at you and says, I apologize. The drones aren't always the best showing of who I am.
I'm sorry. What?
And yet
What
they
is
are
that?
exactly who you are.
Yes. Go ahead.
I don't quite follow, Master Kathy. You have agents that are working with you here, and yet you sent Farron as an extension of yourself, or as a drone. You can tell she's kind of racking her brain, like trying to figure out what either magic or technology she's witnessing, and is coming up empty.
He looks at you and he says, I'm not sure yet that you quite understand that it's the agents who are working here are me.
Then why are you why do you hate the Donnellys so much?
This is the section that I sent out first, and it has my rawest emotion. I sent the Donnellys to take care of Aruma. This would have been at a time when Aruma was still weak. They were to send someone into Donver's hold to send a message, and once that message was completed, they were to come and help me destroy Aruma. They never showed, and because of that, I'll never forgive them. They caused this terror to happen to these people. It is because of the Donnellys that right now mages are having their souls ripped out from them because they didn't show to the call.
Just to make sure that we understand this correctly, they caused this to happen, yet this has been happening for how many centuries?
Not on this level. You have to understand that this is a cycle. It ramps up and then collapses, and it must ramp up again.
So, can I ask a question? Whom within the Donnelly clan did you actually talk to help relay this quest?
Iron.
They assured me they were putting someone who was capable of doing this.
So
I spoke with the old man Donnelly, and they were going to send one of their own. Apparently, I don't know, it was their first mission back. I'm not exactly sure.
What?
Mix is just kind of flips around and has her head of it in her hands as she's putting the pieces together.
Why?
And also, fuck you. And also, how dare you?
Why? Why didn't you reach out to my sect? It's already in the city. This is our prophecy. We do this all the time.
I don't know who I can trust.
I mean,
and
there's lots of things that you have failed to do. I mean, no offense. I mean, maybe you have some form of omnipotence, but you seem to be lacking in common sense. One person was assigned to the task. That one person gets attacked and overtaken by Prowler and killed, and then you condemn an entire clan for that one person's fault for getting killed. Do you see how that doesn't...
I don't care that she was killed.
And this is...
I care that I paid them and they didn't complete their job.
So it was
That's
about coin? So that's
was-
your dispute? Is that what they didn't
I mean,
succeed in the way?
he's a dragon. What do you expect? They're a bunch of greedy shits.
Is Maeve still like frozen in place with whatever he did to her from before?
Right?
Right? Nothing had happened regarding that, right?
Give me a Constitution save.
15.
15?
Mhm.
Okay. you are starting to get your feeling back in your arms. You don't have your legs yet, but you think in one more meta, like a round, in another 5 or 6 seconds, you probably should be able to get out of it. Your arms are starting to free up. Clearly, he's not paying attention as much as he should to you because he's engaged with everyone else.
Why did you why did you murder people? That was you, right? That was the man in black.
It was a piece of me. Once I have brought all of my drones back in, I will be back to my full self.
But to what end? Are you just partially psychopathic? I mean, why did you do that?
It was a way for me to understand what Prowler was up to. If we're being honest.
Wait, at what point did you figure out that there was the whole raising the god portion and not just selling soda?
Well, it did take a while. It took till Farron was killed the first time. But back to your orc friend here. I'm not above being slightly petty, and I won't lie, sometimes I do just want to exact revenge upon Aruma.
You cannot possibly be Eldath.
I can be whatever I want to be, and you can see that he's starting to get a little bit bigger.
You'll look like her, but you'll never be.
Is that what you believe?
That's what I know.
He looks at you and give me a will save.
Okay. Come on, dice. This is one of my best ones. A 16.
16.
5.
You're sitting there and you're trying to keep him out. There is sweat starting to beat up at the corner of your brow. But all of a sudden, yep, what do you got? You saw a finger go up.
Sorry. I don't know if this is relevant. If this is a frightened, I have immunity to that. I don't know.
Nope. It is not frightened because in your head, you are just overcome with calm as you are standing in a wide open space with a waterfall and a pool, and there are animals that are there, and out of the waterfall comes Eldath. She says to you, Casper, do not fear. Just like your sect, I'm not always this vengeful. But sometimes, and she starts to change a little bit, and she says, sometimes you need violence.
Okay. I don't know how long this happens.
It's
IRL in the game.
Yeah, it's just happening instantly. Like everything that's happening, even if you decide to talk some more, it happens in the briefest second to the point where nobody else would even understand what's going on.
Okay.
Can I ask a clarification question?
You can.
Before Rob does anything.
Mm-hmm.
We never confirmed that Mesterkath and Eldath are actually definitively the same person. Like, they're just saying they're Eldath and transforming into Eldath, but there has been no confirmation that they literally are Eldath for sure at all, right?
So what do you got? Did you guys want to take that, or you want me to take that? You know for certain that it is a celestial being that's there. He is saying that he is in fact Eldath, or they are saying whatever
But all we have is their word that they're Eldath, but no actual proof that they.
Correct.
That is the god that they are. Okay.
Correct.
I just want. Okay.
I don't know that we can get the proof that we need though. Like, what are we gonna see?
Yeah.
Magic? Like,
I just wanted to make sure that I hadn't like missed some part where it was like, no, we know they're Eldath, you know what I mean? Because that could like have more of an effect on things, because it's a lot easier when we can be like, just because they say they're Eldath doesn't mean we know they actually are Eldath.
Yeah, but we know for sure that they're a jag, and the more they talk, the less I want to help them. Maybe
So-
Room is onto something. Do we
Did,
really know for sure
I've
that
never-
Room is evil?
I've never liked Prowler more than I do right now.
We've never met
And their
Aruma. Aruma
Their
could be
soda
perfectly
tastes
nice.
great. It's so refreshing. Remember those cool slap bracelets we got? I don't know.
We
They
did
sell
meet Aruma.
soda? Okay.
We met Aruma
and she
outside
was
of Crimson
Not
Red.
nice.
Oh, is that
We
the same
did, yeah,
dragon?
we did. Oh, yeah, it's the same dragon. There's not that many
Clem-
dragons,
Clem
homie.
tried to be like, hey, yo.
I
what's
remember
up?"
that. I didn't think that
And
was.
she
the
was
same one.
like, having none of it.
That's fine.
She was like, do not talk to me. Like, you are
Did we-
not on my level.
Oh, but she was at Crimson Writ, and we like Crimson Writ.
Mhm.
Fuck this
bad.
dude.
Um,
Sorry, excuse my French, but
Really quick, what was our last combat that we did? Was that
The,
did,
the
that
one where
was-
you blew
Yeah.
up the.
Oh yeah, and I
people?
got
I mean,
fucking
that, like
destroyed.
combat, like that was
Yeah.
like an explosion.
but it dealt damage. So.
Yeah, that's what I was concerned about. Damn.
I want to go to the Crimson Writ now, to be honest. Maeve wants to fight. Emily wants to be like, wow, let's see if this other dragon is a lot nicer.
So
I
you
think
guys,
it's not. Oh, I'm sorry, Rob. Go ahead.
you guys see Casper stiffen up for a second. Would they have seen Mestercath do something to Casper, or is it just
No, this is all between you and him.
okay? Casper, well, they probably at least lock eyes. Casper stiffens for a second, and his eyes kind of like roll back into his head. I imagine, I mean, at least somewhat similarly to where he's had the visions before. And he,
It's exactly the same.
so you guys might recognize that he comes out of it pretty quickly. And you, Byron, I don't know, Maeve, if you can see it, but Byron and Nyx can definitely see just a look of utter betrayal on his face. His shoulders sag just for a second. He probably looks the most vulnerable you've ever seen him, just for a second before his muscles start to enlarge and he begins to get much bigger. I'm gonna roll a wisdom save for myself.
Okay.
Okay. He okay. He is going, so he uses his channel divinity. So he gets really big. He uses the peerless athlete thing, so he just becomes fucking Titan at this point. And he almost literally hulks out. He gets really big, and he haunches down on his knees and just screams, just in frustration and anger at this guy. I would like to make an intimidation check if I can.
Okay.
Maybe not for mechanics, but for everybody else standing there. Oh my god, really? A 16 with a plus 13, baby. Mwah, beautiful.
Wow. Okay.
And what was that again that I'm checking against?
Not just intimidation. I mean, if you want to roll something against it, you can, but it's not like a mechanical thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna
you can
go
see
ahead
he-
and Nyx is not intimidated. Oh, sorry, bud. Had a real good chance of scaring her there, but
It's not supposed to be intimidating. He's not doing it to make anybody afraid. It's just a
big,
lot of frustration.
scary, heartbroken
Coming out.
man. Yeah.
And he crouches there. You've seen it before. Combat ready stance. He just bounces on the balls of his feet, but he does not charge at them. But you can see it's very close.
Okay. So as you're doing this, Maeve, you are now free. I'm moving my guy here. He's coming back. Just give me 1 second.
We'll be patient.
Nope. Maeve, you are good to go.
Is he just like in? Does he look like Farron now?
Hmm?
Did
So
look
no,
like Farron?
he looks like him, but as you see Casper get bigger,
Yeah.
he starts to change.
Okay.
Great.
Cool.
You can see that his features are starting to elongate a little bit. He's starting to get bony structures at his cheeks, and as his snout starts to elongate, he matches Casper's size, and you can see that he is starting to turn into a black dragon. Maeve, it's your turn.
Like to fight him?
No,
Wait,
I'm saying
Fight again.
you said you wanted to do something. I'm letting you do.
Oh no,
what you wanna
I
do.
don't. I haven't. Maeve is irate, but not ready to do anything because she's also not stupid and not very damaging things right now.
Okay.
We need to.
Okay. Nyx will play a little bit of peacekeeper here, and we'll take a big old step towards Casper, and we'll kind of put our hands up. As just a like, I know that this is a lot for us all to take in, and I think that maybe it's best if we take a little bit of time to process everything that we're hearing. Can we at least agree to maybe calm things down a bit? Please. She directs the please specifically towards Master Catham.
I will take what you said and think about it. I will not be changing back from this form right now. Not with him thinking that I have betrayed him. This is who I've been the entire time. He's looking directly at Casper.
A black dragon?
No, I mean, this is
Oh,
like,
this is an Eldath.
yeah, this is
Okay.
meaning like
Sorry.
your sect is exactly there for a reason. It's there to fight, but there's also a peacekeeping side too. So,
But I'm sure that you can understand how this is all a bit overwhelming for him, for all of us. This is a lot of information that you're dropping, and frankly, if you've been carrying multiple identities through Eldath's church, through this order, why not just be we don't need every answer from you, and we understand that your reasoning for things is complicated. But you have to have some grace with us trying to understand this process, especially if you still want and need our help, which you do.
he looks at you and give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
For the
Was a
advantage.
well-
18.
Yep. Okay. He looks at you and nods and he says, "Sometimes I forget. It's different to be mortal. I understand this is a lot. You must understand that this needs to be completed, and in the past I've tried to put everything in one direction. I've tried to be only one thing, and that doesn't work."
I understand. I know that the biggest priority right now for all of us is to take down Aruma. But if there's a way that we can break this cycle and stop it from happening, isn't that really what we should be aiming for? I don't know if that means the orb or the spear or taking Casper's soul. I hate to think that that's the case, but
He looks at you and says, "As with humans, change is hard for us to. If we can break the cycle, I am ready for that. It is not something I know, it is new. This has been happening for thousands of years. But if we can stop the things that are happening to innocents, I would have to understand my place in the world again.
I hate to say it, but are you sure that you... I don't mean this to be disrespectful, but are you sure that you have a place in the world? If you and Aruma are tied into this cycle, if we remove her, are you sure that you'll be brought back?
And he nods and he says, no.
Are you okay with that?
I've been around for a very long time. But I don't believe that there's a way. But maybe you have an idea. Maybe I do need to use the lance, or maybe I have to figure out a way to make Casper a god. But I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
Casper has been standing there, just Hulk mode, ready to go. Just his nostrils are huge and just flaring, breathing heavily at this whole fight. It lasts for 10 minutes, so he's going to be like this for a little while.
We have friends we can call on, and you have your resources as well. I think it would be a good idea for us to speak to those who can help us, especially if we're going to try to form an army in little time.
What can you tell us about Firewalker?
He looks over at you, looks down at you, and he says, that is a sad story. Firewalker was tricked into an unholy pact with Aruma. Aruma was out hunting for herbs, and when she was out, she bumped into... Wait, I said Aruma. I met Firewalker. Firewalker was out hunting for herbs, and she was trying to cure a disease within her clan. She runs into Aruma. Aruma offers a way to cure the disease of the clan. Firewalker took that pact, and now their clan defends Aruma's roost.
So we know where her roost is and where she plans to lay the egg.
Her roost is in the west of the city. So if you look at the map of Donver's Hold, there is the mountains that the city is built into. It is in that mountain range. He would put a mark on your map, which I can do after this game and show you guys where it be at.
So you have had thousands of years to plan this. You have seen many failures. What is the course of action that seems to be most likely to be successful? We gather an army, and then what? We send the individuals that we invite to their death to battle her troops while we sneak in the back to try to eliminate her?
That tends to be the way that it works the best. It has worked in other ways. I've seen people directly fight, like essentially a big war. I have seen others use diplomacy. I've seen even some use a cute dog. like on the screen right now.
She's having a blast. She's
I
having
told
so
you
much
guys she chose chaos tonight.
Okay.
If you all are not watching this stream, you're missing an adorable dog.
She's dumb cute.
So you're going to bring a single group, and we're going to contact 4 or 5 different groups and try and convince them all to attend. So I'm just going to throw this
There-
out here that from my point of view, as a god, you should probably change your attitude, because somehow we have more friends and followers than you do.
What?
looks at you-
But they're so personable. What?
He says to you, he says, I think you have the wrong opinion of how gods work. If this was a monotheistic universe, maybe things would be different.
Don't you need worshippers?
I have worshippers.
Yeah. You're losing them quick, buddy.
Yeah, you got one who sucks, and apparently you are him after he died. So, like, what? I'm sorry, I'll stop. I need to chill. I don't like this dude.
I'm just saying, from my point of view, seeing how vengeful and rage-inducing that you have made your own follower, in the belief that you are not even the person that he has pledged his life goal towards. Just a thought to keep in mind as you progress forward and pull the Reborn Knights into this battle. Just something to think about. You can take it or leave it. Obviously, you're a god, so do what you will. Just a thought process
what
behind
you've
it.
done.
He
Look what you've
he
done to him. He's swole.
he
Look at
looks
what you've done to your boy.
he looks at you, Byron, and he says, I will not be lectured by the likes of you. And as he does, he slams his fist into the wall, and there is a giant crack about 6 to 8 feet tall that he has put into this wall. And he says, help me or not, it makes no difference.
You think that your show of strength and force and bravado does anything for us? We've already agreed to help you. This just looks like a child throwing a tantrum. I'll excuse myself because me being here will just lead to death and probably my own. You have power, however rightful that might be in your stead. But we agree on one thing. Haruma needs to die, and I plan to make sure that that happens. So I'll let you finish throwing your tantrum with them. I'll see myself out. And Byron's just going to leave the room.
Maeve is
Okay.
gonna stalk out after him because if she stays in this room any longer, she knows she will do something stupid and get killed.
Okay. The other two, do you guys want to do anything?
I would like to check on Casper.
Okay. He's big, tall. His dongle's like at your forehead level.
Unnecessary,
Oh my
but
goodness
thanks.
gracious! I'm not wearing a loincloth, you D&D racist. I have a cod piece.
Head level. Good God.
Casper has not taken his eyes off of Mr. Calf at this point. Yeah, he's gonna leave. He
Okay.
huffs one more time and then leaves.
As you go to leave, he says to you, he says, I will call in my drones so that I'm at full strength. I will be ready when it's time to fight. You can't see anything, Byron. Put that jerk-off motion back in your hand. You're not
You
there.
schnozzle.
Okay.
Everything.
Mixed-
Byron is not a violent man. This guy makes Byron want to be a violent man.
I want to say I don't know how we got here, but we're now at the point where Byron is lecturing gods on how to do their job, which I'm all here for.
It's kind of hot.
But that's
It's kind
a big upgrade.
I really want them to walk out of there and Casper just grabs Byron and lays a good one on him because it was so hot when he was so mean and douchey back to this douchey butt munch.
Does he do that? Is that what happens?
Master Kath rips off Casper's lips.
No! No! You can't create the worst character ever and then take that away from us.
Take the forehead high dong.
Yeah.
Don't take the lips.
Byron says, "You think I just kiss him on the lips? You're ridiculous."
Byron is a Renaissance man.
Yeah. All right.
Nyx will take a moment to make sure that's like kind of watching her friends leave. She'll follow after Casper as well, and just take kind of a moment to turn back to Mr. Kath and just we are trying to help you. And I also know what it's like to be out of place among the living and in this time here, but please take some time to calm down and remember what we are doing here.
And he looks at you, and he huffs out, and he says, "I told you I would think about it, but I'll not be lectured by the woman who started this to begin with." And he turns around and flies away.
She
have literally never
physically-
hated a character more.
physically bites her tongue, turns around, heads out, and just... It was not a lecture, it was a reminder of the... She's just going through that kind of imaginary argument under her breath.
Casper is going to Mario shrink down and say, "I need to go back to my church. Sooner the better."
So we can definitely do that. Based on where we're at in the city, we should head north, hit the Crimson Ret, recruit them, move down towards the Bronze Mall, and then stop by your order. Wait, is his order at Heralds of the Dawn?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, so we need to hit Crimson Ret first, then go to Herald of the Dawn.
And then you can
then
come back down
Bronze
to Bronze Mall.
Mall, and then Enchanter's Court.
Makes sense to start with Crimson Rit first too, so we can ask possibly like more questions about why Aruma was there with the Prowler person and stuff from that time ago. Because did they tell us? This is so long ago, you guys.
It was.
We weren't known well enough then, so we weren't
They
able to
probably
ask.
didn't tell us. I think, yeah. But now you guys have badges.
Byron, do you know Sending? Can you
I
cast it, rather?
believe I do. I think it's a 3rd level spell. I don't actually know that. I guess I gave it up last level. Nope.
Can you... I need to get a message to them, at least. I'm concerned that they are the minions that
he'll
Master Kath talks about.
pull out Athena and say, "You can borrow my bird."
Casper will pull out a note and write it, and then tie it.
Byron will lean over and give him his back to scribble the parchment on.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And it basically says, "Don't do anything until I get back. Please." It's very, very, very important. Heart, smiley face, signed, Casper.
The
Wow,
oath breaker.
Casper, romance has changed you.
Casper, the oath breaker.
This is just how my church talks to each other.
I
I
could
also-
see Tom talking like that in notes. So
I'm very interested in talking to the enchanters.
Tom's
You'll begin.
Tom is beautiful, but he can't read.
Yeah, actually,
He doesn't need to read.
Yeah.
he coasts on good looks, but that's it.
I have a TikTok to share with everyone later that shows that sentiment, and it's great.
To the Crimson Writ.
I would be interested to know if we could get this curse or boon duplicated from the lance. We could make another one.
So, if you guys remember, at the Enchanters Guild,
Mhm.
you have people who are working on.
We know that they're trying to break it, but
Yeah. there's-
Casper has a different idea.
Okay. Well, we can cross that bridge when we get there, and I'm sure once you guys are done talking, I'll have less hair.
You'll have less
Hell
hair.
yeah, brother. All right,
I'm
good to go to Crimson Red.
I have anger sweat going on right now. Like
I'm so mad.
my body is like I can feel myself like curling, like I'm just like
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad
not
it's
that
not just me.
mad.
I'm just like, I'm so
I'm
One
like
last-
not that mad, but that's because I got my Steam going last week and then it was interrupted, so I'm having trouble getting back into that like steamed up mode again.
You can have some of mine.
I felt fine.
He didn't say
until
anything.
I was like trying to end it on a good note. I was trying to do just like, hey, we're all on the same team. Don't you worry about it. And he was like, don't lecture me, you fucking failure ass ghost bitch. And then he beat his big dumb wings. I'm not here for it.
It's like Justin was like, who is the worst possible creature I can create that will make everyone irate?
And he's supposed
And it's like,
to
and let me
be
add a little
our
extra
friend.
stuff to it.
And then he's all
And
like,
they were roommates.
you shouldn't have attacked him. I don't know why you attacked him. Fucking like
Yeah. You know what? Justin was like, what's the most obnoxious character I can create who will guarantee to get them to fight him so we can just TPK and be done with this?
You know what's fucked? We would be on this guy's side if he wasn't such a massive asshole. He's working
100%.
towards the same goal.
We were
Oh
we were
my
on his
God.
side from the get go. We are still
What?
on their side.
What a character.
And also, fuck them.
I don't know if Maeve is on his side. Maeve is like for the side of doing the right thing, but this guy might be like too douchey for her to like reasonably be willing to be on his side.
And
He sucks too
Aruma
much.
is like a super cool dragon babe.
She's
So I
certainly
don't
a
know.
lot prettier than he is.
I'm not saying that I'm definitely gonna switch sides and join Aruma. I'm just saying the option is on the table.
I was not joking when I said I've never liked Prowler more than I do this episode.
We're gonna have to play it out. We're just gonna have to see what happens.
Only because I'm like, wow, anyone who pisses this guy off is my friend.
Oh boy.
I did want to ask real quick, just because I kept forgetting, my lance.
Mhm.
Am I still able to talk to it?
Yep.
This whole thing? Okay.
Yep, it's just talking away in there. It's like, hey, are you ready to join us?
Oh my god.
We can't wait to be with you forever. It's gonna be
Oh
fantastic.
no.
We saw you
oh
in the
my
shower
God.
yesterday.
Wow. No wonder Casper's grumpy.
Casper, you gotta
ask-
stop taking the lance into the bathroom with you. All
No
right, you
kidding.
invited this.
It's too important. He would ask as he's leaving to cut through all of the stream of bullshit that's constantly in his mind.
Mhm.
He will ask, "Who was that?"
Who the person? The god?
Yes.
Dragon.
The dragon? It's Mestercath.
Yep.
Is that Eldap?
It's Mestrikath. It's not Eldath. I don't give a shit what you say.
Oh my gosh, I got distracted for 2 seconds. Who did we just ask this to?
Exactly.
The lance. But so is that Eldap?
Yeah, the insanity
We-
lanes.
we don't know who Eldath is.
Oh,
Wow, for a
Okay.
lance capable of killing a god, you're kind of useless, huh?
You can't hear
I'm not
us.
part of
We're
this
in his head.
conversation. Exactly. You can't.
Nick's
It
voice
can't
just
hear
comes
me
in.
insulting
Hey,
it
Casper, I
either.
still have that spell in your mind. Just checking in. All right, that answers my questions. Thank you.
Okay. I'm trying. We don't have a Loxodon character yet, so that's too big. The Loxodon is going to be a mimic. A Christmas mimic.
Oh,
It has been a hot
Christmas
minute since we've been
mimic?
back to Prism Red. Oh my goodness.
So, just so you're aware, while you guys were talking, I was going through my notes. Session 9 is the last time the first time that we were here, I think.
Session 9.
Session 9. So it was a long time
Oh
ago.
my god.
So to give you guys a little refresher, because I know it has been forever, in here, the people that you've talked to so far, there is Crimson Rit. There is Lana Thistor, right? That is the female assassin. She's the one who oversees the Crimson Rit.
Byron
There
switches badges as he's walking.
There's Tanya, the Leonin. She's a blade or an assassin. And then there's Sutya, the Loxodon seeker or bounty hunter.
Oh, I just love her. Every time you mention it,
And then just as another overview, there are 3 houses within the Crimson Rit. They're the assassins, the bounty hunters, and the spies. Blades, seekers, operatives in that order.
Yep. Byron proudly displays the seeker badge on the side of him because he was bounty hunter when they last left. And he'll walk in. What's her last name? Fister?
I don't remember. Oh,
Thistor?
Fister, I barely know.
Thistor. Thistor.
no, I think it's Fister now. I think we need to make that canon.
She is walking bow-legged.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. So
Doesn't she do the?
What a
You're so mentally drained from how awful. Like it's been an hour and we're like, no.
I've broken
no.
everyone. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. So you guys come up to the Crimson Rit, their office, for lack of a better, their guild house, and it's just as normal. It's bustling. It's busy. It is probably mid-afternoon now, unless you guys want to stop anywhere. Let's get the sky where it needs to be. Right there.
Oh, I think we are full of rage and adrenaline and holy purpose, more or less. I think we're going straight there.
Okay. So you guys head straight there.
Yeah.
Yep.
When we walk in to see her, I think my first response is, we need to speak to you in private.
So you walk in, you see Lana there, and she looks at you and she says, "What's wrong? What's wrong? Hold on one second. Sucha, take over here real quick. I'm going to take care of these members back here. See what's going on." And she takes you back into this little cubby area over here where there's food. It's a storeroom that is filled with older props. So you've got like apples or baked beans in there, but it's just a regular storeroom.
That's a reminder that Maeve was not the character I was last time we were here, so she has no clue what's going on.
May's a good sport about us literally just grabbing her hand and being like, come on, we're going to talk to this super important person.
Like, what is... I feel so akin to her because there's so many notes we have from this that sometimes something's mentioned and I'm like, I don't remember that. And then I'm like, Maeve wouldn't know it either, so I'm fine.
I think that's just called method acting.
So I know the last time we were here, well, not the last time, but the first time we were here, Aruma was perched outside and you had a meeting with Firewalker. And you were the only guild of the 4 main houses that chose to not outright condemn Prowler for the fact that you guys needed them for business. I wanted to entertain a conversation with you about what it would take to have a full-on onslaught against them.
She looks at you and she starts to talk, and as she does, her eyes turn black. And she looks at you and she goes, hey, it's your boy Zergax.
What?
Oh, what?
Oh, I
You
miss
might not
him
remember
so
me.
much.
It's been like 30 episodes.
Oh my
but
god, it sure has.
we remember you.
No.
I'm gonna cry from missing him so much.
We recall you were the patron of my dead friend.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
I got lots of people working for me, and and she's and he points at himself. He's like, she's one of them. I got her in a good place here, so you know, we can do the things that we need. Now, what were you saying about Aruma or Prowler? I forget which words you used.
Well, I used both, but I guess question, are you Liliana?
What? Lana?
Sorry.
No. I am speaking through her. See the black eyes? That's me. That's me back there. I'm controlling it.
So we were looking for an onslaught army to take out Aruma. You're normally one for chaos and violence, from my understanding. How would you entertain us trying to recruit the Crimson Writ for an onslaught against a red and gold dragon?
You want to take down a god?
I don't know who you are over there, but I fucking love this idea. I am not gonna lie. Aruma has been a cramping my style for the last little bit here. She flew down and she tried to tell me that we couldn't do some of the stuff that we've been doing here lately, and I do not like that at all. Kind of trapped where I am down below, if you know what I mean, and so I don't want that. I wanna be a little free. I want to stretch my toes.
So
get my feet
Zergax.
in the sand. Hold on. I'm what? Yes.
Oh, sorry. No, did you have more about your feet?
No. I just want
interrupted
to. I imagine my tootsies in the sand.
How do you feel? I have 2 questions. How do you feel? We know how you feel about Aruma. How do you feel about Mestracav?
I don't know. He's a little weird. I don't trust him. Seems kind of shady to me. But the grapevine does say that he's trying to take out Aruma, and like I said, toes in the sand and all that shit.
And second question, we have Crimson Red. What about you and your people? Could we get you on board?
I mean,
As your guy?
you've got me on board. I'm right here, baby. And he's like flexes and he's like kissing his arms.
But like you have minions, surely.
You just said you have a lot of people working for you.
I do have a lot of people working for me, but we don't want to put all our eggs in one basket as to what they say. But I'll tell you what.
What
I
if?
can.
What if
yes?
it's a really, really douchey basket?
Full of
Are you calling yourself a
dragon
douchey
eggs.
basket?
Why, babe, I don't think it works that works. What do you
Are you
think?
saying
put
you'd
it
like some more help?
that.
Are you saying you'd like some more help?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I might be able to help you, but there is a cost. And he touches his nose. Not drugs. Packed,
Yeah, I mean that's like the universal sign for like blow, I think, right? So
That's
ethics.
it's hard. You're down there, you're torturing people, all of a sudden you're up here and you got somebody's body, and it gets difficult.
So what you're saying is if we want more help, it'll take a deal with the devil.
Byron.
When you put it like that, it sounds like it shouldn't. And he just drops a piece of paper and it rolls down the floor over to the wall and pushes up against the wall.
Byron uses prestidigitation and he creates an X on the sheet of paper and says, if it was good enough for Clem, then it's good enough for me.
You
Oh,
you are in
Sure.
luck, sir. I have
Fire.
been saving this. Somebody threw it away, and by threw it away, I mean sold it. And he reaches into a trunk and pulls out a large metal arm, and it is Clem's old arm.
how did you?
Listen, Casey, Zergax was a freaking great patron, okay?
Wait.
Just saying.
How did you get Nix? Didn't you have this last?
Oh, no.
It's,
Yeah. She sold it to one of my guys down down the block here.
No, I
She
kept.
needed
I
something.
didn't. I wouldn't.
Why would you sell something this cool? What the hell does it do?
That's low, Nix. That's really low.
To be fair, I did admit this to you earlier, and it's not my fault you don't listen to me.
Yeah. It's
Well.
okay. Look, we all make mistakes. You needed a couple extra gold pieces so that you could get what you needed. We got a guy over here. He's willing to sign on the line, and he already did. And you know what that means? And he just claps his hand. You've all now leveled up.
And how are Byron's arms?
Huh?
Does he still have both of them?
Oh, he says, "Oh, yeah, give me a second. I got to get this. Do you guys want to watch or like?"
Yes, please.
Okay. And anybody else not want to watch? Okay. He snaps his fingers and you just fall asleep. And you guys are sitting there, and he pulls out the largest, like, butcher's knife that you've ever seen. And he walks up to Byron's shoulder and he puts it like next to the shoulder, just kind of eyeing it up. And he lifts it up real high. And then as he goes to bring it down, he just starts laughing. He's like, that's not how we fucking do it. And he snaps his finger, and all of a sudden there's a metal arm on Byron's arm.
You got me. I didn't know which way it was going, sir. It's very
Bonus points
good.
for showmanship.
I try. I really try. This is a good thing.
Will he be okay?
Will he be okay? I mean, he's going to be fucking better than ever. Did you see that fucking arm? He's great.
Well, when does he wake up?
I mean, it's going to be a little bit. It's magical sleep and all that. He can slap him around a little bit. He might like that. You look like his type. He looks
Casper
over
will
at
do that.
Casper.
Yeah. Casper will give a little on the face.
Okay.
Hey.
Just fart under his nose or something. That'll get him wide
Oh, you
awake.
get pink eye.
I hear
Uh,
there's another way to wake up a
Shut up.
sleeping.
Have you smelled his fart smells? Have you smelled his farts, Nick?
Nix,
Are
I'll give you
kidding me?
credit. I did consider it, but gotta save that for the finale.
I mean,
Um,
the joke
what
was
is-
right there. Like
what is-
can't blame me for trying.
what does the arm look like? Casper's there. He's giving him slaps. Does it look connected? Like how
Is it
seamless
around?
is it?
Is it around my arm, or did it replace my arm? Because
It
Byron,
replaced your arm.
Byron had a healthy arm. There's no reason for the arm.
Yep.
Oh, all right.
It's clearly a style choice. All right, so yeah,
Congratulations.
Yeah.
he's got a
Ironically,
theme.
that is not what he did to Clem. Clem just happened to like lose her arm, and so he created a new one for
I'm
her.
aware.
But I think he just really liked it. He was like, okay, going forward, all my pact mates are going to have to do this sick arm thing.
So
To be fair,
I will lose my
backstory-
mind if we are wandering around Donver's Hold and we just start seeing more and more people show up with gold ass arm.
I like to believe that Clem was like, "Hey, listen, if they ever make a pact with you, just take their arm off and put mine on."
I mean,
would
she
also-
did make. You do have a piece of her with you because she did make the arm.
Also, canonically, that arm does nothing.
Yeah.
No wizard
Except
cantrip. No
No.
eldritch blast.
You
It
know what
just-
it does?
it
It
just
makes you hate
hangs.
talking animals. Canonically, in the description for the arm, it makes you hate talking animals, is what it does. I looked it up because I couldn't remember.
Surely it's stronger than the average flesh arm.
No.
So I assume that
No.
my level 11 has to be warlock then.
Hmm?
My level 11.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry,
Oof.
Casey.
Dang, dude.
Oof.
Okay.
Womp womp.
That might not be pretty.
The pact is
We can't expect-
sealed.
The pact is made.
Anybody else? Does anybody else want to sign up for this?
No, because
Do we
the
get
monk
another
level
level?
11 is freaking great.
Does it
If we
If
all
we
sign, do we?
does it mean
If we're
more? Yeah, does it mean that you'll help us more?
I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to help you, but I'm also saying I'm also not going to punish you more.
Pass. Thank you, though.
You are a terrible salesman.
Hey, look, I already got one. I just need to convert one a day. I hit my quota. My boss is happy. His boss is happy, and we're fucking drinking mimosas on Sunday morning. Or
Why
whatever
does this
the.
suddenly feel? It suddenly feels like an MLM. He's just like, my upline requires me to convert X number of people.
I mean,
That's how it works.
classic Zerga.
Byron, you're in my downline.
Oh my god. Does this mean Byron can start converting people? Byron, I will convert for you, bud. If that's what you need to really get your leg up in this company, let's go.
You wanna buy on here?
No.
Oh no, thank you. I'm
I mean,
Oh, God,
because
no.
like, look, I got a sweet deal right now. I'll give you guys all another level up if you do it.
Oh.
That's pretty big, though.
uh
That would help a lot.
I
Would you
don't
like-
So,
I don't
if-
really I don't I want to make sure that we'll have your support when we call upon your help against Mestercat. Can you make a promise that when we call upon you, you and your minions will be there to assist?
Well, so no, this is a level up deal
Assist.
right now. So like, what's happening here is I'm giving you more power. I'm not giving you my people. I'm not gonna give you my little black book. You can't just be calling my people.
But that's was that already part of the deal that you made with Byron? Because he kind of signed off on it before we read through the fine print.
I know you totally should have done that. That is silly.
Yeah, no, so that's why it's like, so like you'll come help us though. That is
I
part
mean,
of the deal.
The Crimson Writ was gonna help you regardless.
Yeah, all right, I'll sign off on it.
Oh, you're gonna sign
what?
off on it?
Nix,
Take my left
Okay.
one.
Nix,
Okay,
don't.
so
Just take
Nix,
it.
you
Here's-
got it. We gotta stop.
No part of me
Here's-
is truly tangible.
You know
I
what's
need
so
this.
funny? I was about to be like, do we get another level? if
Guys,
another
it's a fool's quarry because he's just gonna change the encounters to match our levels.
here's
We're
how
not
it
gonna
works.
get anything.
I'm doing
Nix.
this for you, Casper. I want you to be level 12.
Okay.
Nix,
Oh,
everybody
God,
levels up.
guys. Justin, what have you done?
You're getting a random class added to you.
Bro, that actually.
And,
That's
The
rough.
fuck?
and,
I have to go
that's
warlock, but she
really
gets
rough.
random.
Hey.
and
That's what you get for reading the fine print.
everybody give me a perception check.
That's
Scared, I'm scared.
Wait, can I level up and then
Guys.
give you a perception check? Or does it have to be before we level up?
You gotta give me a perception check now.
Frightened.
17.
I'll take observant really quick. 11.
Ah, Casey's got it.
You
You
guys
need
look.
perception
You guys
from-
look at Nyx, and she's a regular old person again.
Just like an elf? I'm just an elf now?
You're just your base character, yeah.
Am I still blue?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
No, you don't remember anything of who you were or anything, though.
Oh, excellent. Another reset.
Who's Nyx?
Who are you
Who are
people?
you? I have no
I mean-
interest in fighting Mestricat.
Guys are gonna fight a god? Fuck that.
That sounds
I guess-
Wait,
stupid.
are we leveling up to level 12 right now?
I mean, if you can do it very quickly, if not, it'll. He goes. If you guys can't do it in the next 5 minutes, this goes into effect in about 8 hours game time.
I know.
Screw that, I want
need
that
to-
ASI.
I need to figure out what my random class is going to be.
Yep, I'm doing that right now.
Are you doing it? Okay. I don't know if you wanted me to roll or if you're
Yeah,
rolling.
you're gonna roll. I just
Oh,
need to
I'm
bring up
nervous.
a list of
Oh, here
all
I
the
can
classes.
do it. I can do
Okay.
it.
Really
So
suck.
1d12, I think is this.
However many, yeah. And then
Okay.
one's gonna be the very top one. 12 will be the very bottom.
Here. So 1 is artificer, 2 barbarian, 3
I've
bard,
got it.
4 cleric. Yeah.
So go.
How many? What's the
Roll.
what's the total number, dude?
It's technically 13.
Okay.
Oh, it is 13.
You can
Oh my god.
roll a 1d13 with the Google machine. I
Yeah,
think.
that's what I'm doing in chat. 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Druid.
Oh,
Druid!
Yeah, we have very
Druid!
that we're looking at.
Druid level
I'm
1 is pretty
cleric
good.
Druid. I'm mad about it.
I'm a bit confused. Do I have a metal arm? Am I just regular old do I get the arm thing too?
You hate yourself.
You
Metal
you
arm.
feel
Your
your,
arm's
you
made of
feel
wood.
your stomach growl.
She just doubles over in hunger.
She hasn't eaten in
Oh,
years.
that's right.
Just goes, oh.
Is she dead?
Oh, that was a mistake. Oh. I thought that I was just gonna get an arm. What did you?
I thought you read the
Well,
fine print.
Well,
The black eyes look at you and they say, "Another satisfied customer," and then the black eyes are gone, and Lana's back there.
she stands up and kind of whips around to look at everyone and just goes, I don't know if that was worth it or not.
On the
You
bright
guys are
side,
fucking crazy.
But we need all the help we can get right now, Casper.
I'm not
This
gonna argue
is-
that.
Does it feel weird talking she's fucking what, tan or whatever now?
You
Oh
tell
my
me.
god. I mean she's pretty pale. She's moon elf, so she's got a certain I mean she was never technically supposed to be blue. That was just kind of decided. So, but I think moon elves can still be blue. So fuck it. Yeah, I'm still blue. Yeah, why not? But all of my little transparent edges have now faded, and she is fully, solidly present.
Mm-hmm.
And I can never go through walls again.
Nope. But you could. You could have a corporeal husband.
I'm gonna get dick down somewhere.
Guys, I gotta go.
Or
Right now.
wife. Let me reach back there. I was throwing an idea back to the Donnellys, but
I mean,
you,
we'll
you
see,
could
you know.
you could decide to go the other way.
Byron's
Could
like,
live a
hey.
mortal life with my mortal husband. I'm not,
Byron looks at you and
She's
says,
like,
how
"What?"
you doing?
Pass.
Damn.
Womp womp.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I've never felt hungrier in my life, and she immediately turns to the store, whatever the fuck is sitting on the storm, and just starts
Storeroom
shoveling.
apples.
Yeah, immediately just going at it.
Okay.
It's strange. I also seem to suddenly know a brand new language. It's almost like I can speak Druidic now.
Sweet.
That'll never help you.
Nonsense to literally everyone you'll ever meet.
Yeah, shockingly, taking a single level in Druid, not doing a lot for me.
You get wild shape, don't you? Or is that level 2?
I think
No, that's not level 1.
Yeah, I think it's 2, and then 3 you pick your circle.
That's rough.
It's fine.
Lana looks at you
Thank
and
you,
she says,
Sargast.
Is there anything else that you needed? I understand that Sergax was going to, he's volunteered our help, and we will gladly come to your aid. Oh, look at your arm. That's cute.
Yes, why don't you have, I'm sorry, why don't you also have an arm?
You have to chew well and swallow. Don't choke.
She looks at you and she says, well, we sometimes negotiate for different things. I was able to get my position, but I'm no longer with my family. Everyone makes sacrifices.
We can certainly relate to that. And I'm sorry for all of the mess. I can replace those, but
Oh no, those were plastic, so I hope they were delicious.
they're the best thing I've eaten in years. But the Crimson Writ will help us, though.
Yes, we will. We'll help you.
Wonderful.
You'll have our swords and knives and, I don't know, stabby
Big
things.
stompy
poisons.
Loxodon feet.
And you hear Sucha, she looks in, she's like, Did you need me? Did you need me?
We will need you in an upcoming war. Be prepared.
She shakes her head, her ears go back and forth, and she's like, Finally, blood.
Well, glad to have you on our side. Thanks for the grub. We ready to peace? What we got? We got something else we want to do here?
Nope. If they're gonna help us, I think we're good.
Okay. All right, where do you guys want to go next?
Do we want to try to hit up the guilds first and then leave Eldath's church for last?
Casper?
Did Athena get back? I don't know how long it would take Athena to...
Oh, yeah.
Just as a way to gauge if the message was delivered or not.
Yeah.
Sure. If you were expecting a message back, Athena, as you guys are walking out the door, right? As you guys are walking out the door, Athena lands on your arm, Byron, or shoulder, or whatever.
I'll take off the scroll if she has one.
I didn't ask for a message. I mean, if they send a message back, that's fine. I didn't ask.
Yeah, no, there's no message back, but the bird is there. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. I'll put her
Without
back.
my message.
There's no message on the bird.
Okay.
I'll put her back in my little pocket and like put some pellets in there with her so that way she can eat.
Okay. What do you guys want? Where do you guys want to go?
If we're gonna wait on the church, then I think Bronze Mall's the next stop.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They owe us.
Okay.
Big time.
Let's see here.
While you're getting that pulled up, great news, everyone. I know how to cast Entangle now.
What's your safety save?
I don't see how that's relevant. What do you mean? You're worried that I would catch you in an entangle?
Not at all. It's
crazy.
a strength-based DC, right?
No, I would never. You've got nothing to worry about. I'm just going to cast it on everyone else in the surrounding area around. You're a beefy boy. You'll be fine. All right.
If your DC is like 12, then I don't know.
17.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But it is strength.
Oh, great.
And you're very beefy. We get it. Right.
All right, everybody is on the board. I apologize. These last couple boards, I don't know who made them because I've had these for so long.
I remember this one.
So you all
I
showed
love this
up
map.
at the Bronze Mall chapter house. I'm trying to make it back and see if I can find that, but I can't, so I apologize to whoever made this map. It is awesome, and I can almost guarantee I got it on Tales Bazaar. But you guys are at the Bronze Mall chapter house. This is the place where you originally came to kind of be held for trial, and this is the seat of power, right in the center of the city for Uli and company.
And Uli survived. Just as a little reminder, Uli did survive that big blast thing, right?
Yes.
Like not all. Like there were a couple of Bronze Mall people who died in that, but most of them.
He was one of those that survived.
Okay, cool.
I don't
Okay,
know.
good, perfect.
we're gonna stay out here because there's a whole bunch of extra shit in the middle from last time you were here. You guys, as you're walking up, you see that Uli is walking across the courtyard. Give me perception checks. Well, no, what's your passive perception, Byron? Like 30?
Yeah, it's 20.
You see Uli walking across the courtyard, and as you two make eye contact, he stops, turns around, and starts walking in the opposite direction.
I'm gonna misty step in front of him.
Oh!
Oh, hi!
You scared me.
I appreciate the hug. No, we were coming to talk. You look like you are in good shape, and since we just got you out of that last pickle, so to speak, thought we would have a quick conversation about ending this fight.
Just what you can see of him, he has cuts all across his face. There's bruising on his neck. He's limping just a little bit, and he goes, I thought that maybe, after what happened, those terrorists blowing things up, that maybe we were even. That thought maybe that would be kind of a good place.
It was a giant. You saw it come out of nowhere.
It's officially terrorism. It's the same thing that happened at the Prowler facility.
Byron's going to put his hand on him and cast Healing Word.
He jumps a little bit when you touch him. He's like, oh. And
so cute.
How much do you get hit points do you give him back?
7.
Okay, so you give him back 7 hit points, and you can see there's still bruising on him. There's still some lacerations, but everything seems to be mending really well. And he looks at you and nods and says, "Thank you. I'll tell you. That was something. I don't even know what happened."
I mean, technically, neither do we. Prowler had installed some form of device, and any slight disturbance seemed to have ignited it with whatever they had loaded into those barrels. We assumed it was soda, but one can only assume that it was something more nefarious.
They've found out that the explosion didn't come from the barrels. It came from the center of the cart. I can't. And he looks at you and shakes his head. He's like, I can't stop seeing them and smelling that aftermath. What are we umming about?
I just need to check my spells real quick.
Okay. And he's just mumbling away, talking about all the things that have happened, and I had to go down and debrief, and I needed to make sure that they understood that this was an act of terrorism. It wasn't anyone that we could see. It was just that they were there, and then all of a sudden there was an explosion. I can't let them take you all in. I know that you're here to help, but I can't stop seeing it.
I need him to give me a saving throw.
Okay.
Wisdom.
Let's see here. I rolled a natural 18. I wasn't going to give him any kind of anything, but I rolled a natural 18.
Okay. My spell fails. I tried to prevent an issue, or tried to prevent him from dealing with it.
It's terrible. I keep reliving it and reliving it and reliving it. And
Can I also
yep.
get a saving throw?
Another saving throw?
Yeah,
Hold
since
on.
that one didn't work. Give me a
Hold on. I
charisma.
can't see. That's a 4. I'm just rolling
Excellent.
flat on him. Yeah.
Uli, I understand you've been through a lot. Let's just all take a deep breath and calm our emotions.
He takes
And
a
I
deep
used
breath.
calm emotions because I was able to use it this because I haven't prepared this time around.
And you actually see him visibly loosen up. He was a giant ball of nerves. You could actually see the knots forming in his back. And as you calm his emotions, he seems to go from an 11, unless, because I don't know the text on the spell 100%, but we're gonna say it goes from an 11 to 8, unless you're saying the spell says something different. He's still kind of wound up, but I mean, he just saw people get vaporized not just a couple hours ago.
Yeah, it's suppressing strong emotions. So we're just gonna,
Yeah.
that's right, we're gonna take a breath in and then hold for 4 and then breathe out on 7. Great, great. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. No, I know, it was a lot. It was a lot. But
Thank
you
you. I always
said,
forget the breath.
but you said that they were trying to take us in? Who's they?
No. I just didn't want them to think that you had something to do with it.
Oh, Uli, thank you for watching out for us. You've always been a very strong friend to us.
He looks at you and then sheepishly looks down at his little tiny hammer, and he says, I want to believe that you all are helping me, but sometimes I worry."
A healthy amount of worry is good. It means that you're making the right decisions and you're keeping an eye out for any potential dangers, which is a very important to keep doing in your role. Right? I don't know. Is this working?
I'm sorry. Why did you need me to be here, or why are you here?
We need your help. But like, we
as
need
you
the
say that,
bronze mall's help.
he looks up in the sky, and you can hear him thinking, "Fuck."
We breathe in on 8 and then hold for 4. Okay.
What do you need?
Oh, we might be going in an incoming war against Aruma, and we need the manpower of the Bronze Maul to assist us in destroying her.
We are going to remove Prowler from being a thorn in your side, as well as defeating Aruma.
He looks at you, and you see him get a smile on his face, and he just goes to like kind of wrap you in the arm, and when he punches your arm, he's like, "Fuck, ow."
I've been working out since you last saw me.
I did know that you guys were here to help me. If we can get Prowler off the streets, it'll make my life easier. I've been demoted again. This time I'm back on the streets. They seem to think that I was supposed to be able to stop that explosion.
Well, it was a giant. I could have. It's there and then gone.
And you couldn't have stopped that explosion. I don't think anyone knew that was coming.
He looks and he says, I know, but they seem to think that since I was there, I should have been able to stop it. But let me go get Rowala or Hazmig, whoever I can find. Just so you guys remember, Hazmig, Steelhead, and Hazmig, Grumblefist, and Rowala Steelhead. They are the number 1 and number 2 of Donver's Brides. That is an all-female fighting force that is kind of like a special forces within the Bronze Maul.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they're badasses. So he
I
runs
think
off.
that's a great idea to go get them.
Yep, he runs off to get this, and
Okay, we gotta impress these ladies. We gotta prove to them that it's a great idea, that Aruma is, bad.
Oh, we have Byron, so
I mean, you're assuming that they move towards me. We also have Nyx now, who is flesh and blood as well.
that's true.
I've got a heartbeat and everything.
That doesn't necessarily mean you have skin in the game. Pun intended.
But I have skin again.
Amazed that Byron hasn't been like, I need you to bake that pastry again and eat it this time.
Oh, I fully intend on it. You
She's
just wait
hungry.
till we get back to the crypt. Can I still go in my crypt? Oh my god.
we'll have to find out.
Hope I still have
Nope,
access to my
nope.
crypt.
So after about 5 minutes, Uli comes back, and there are two of the. It's interesting because they are very feminine and yet beefy. So you don't normally see that in the dwarves. You don't see them being very feminine, but these women are they're not like makeup and stuff, but they're taking care of themselves. Their hair is in braids on their sides. You can tell that they take a lot of care for their armor and the ways they look and the way that they are presented. And all their stuff is white.
Like white armor, like white metal.
You want to give
Mm.
me a history check?
I'd love to. 23.
Okay. So they don the white armor as a symbol of being married to the city, right? So this is their equivalent of a wedding dress. They're not allowed to actually marry, but they're married. This is the symbol they're married to their job. They are here to devote everything they have to save the city.
Oh,
So,
shit.
Part of that is making sure that they look presentable to the city, right? Because every day it's their wedding day.
They're courting some buildings.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Smooching on some bridges.
And
As
the
one
people
does.
and the yep.
I love these ladies.
Yeah,
I think
they're
kind of
badass.
immediately seeing them kind of like straightens up a little bit and smooths out her robes and is very she's got a little bit of that twinkle in her eye, kind of like when you meet a celebrity and you're just like, oh my god, oh, it's very nice to meet you.
Sorry, I'm making a note real quick. All right, so the two of them are walking forward, and there is one. She's decently tall for a dwarf. She's about 4'9". Like I said, she's got a beefy build, but she's well taken care of. She's got like sunburned skin almost. It's like a reddish color. And she's got black hair, blue eyes, and she walks up. She's clearly the one who's in charge, and she says, "I was told that you needed my attention by our friend Uli."
Hi, my name's Byron. We really need for you to come to war with us. We're trying to remove Prowler to make Donver's Hold the best place it can be. We want to harden its defenses and ensure its citizens' safety, and we can only do that by removing Prowler and the plague that is Aruma and her undead legions.
The other dwarf that is there, she's a little bit smaller, about 3'8", and she's got this oval face and this long blonde hair that comes down to her shoulders, but it's again very well kept. And you can see her. She brings her hands up and cracks her knuckles. And this is clearly a badass. Like, she has love tattooed on one hand and hate on the other. And she's like, I knew I was going to get to fuck something up today.
Oh,
And
I love her.
she looks over at Rawala and she says, you know I'm in. And Rawala looks at you and she says, I'll clearly have to take it up the chain of command. But, like my friend said here, and she cracks her knuckles and she says, I'll help you fuck something up.
Rawala, who is up the chain of command from you?
Just the captain, the chief, the head honcho. That's it. He's just him. So it's essentially just the guy in charge of the entire Bronze Mall.
Would it be out of line for us to speak with him?
I would have to see if he's available.
I mean, we don't want to intrude, and I know he's probably quite busy with his station, but
This is dire.
it would behoove us to not at least ask.
She looks and walks off, and she brings Hasmig over, and they confer for a second, and she points to Hasmig into a direction, and Hasmig runs off. You can hear the gentle jingle of her armor clanking against each other as she runs away. And
Do you think they also have badges? Did you see a badge on them? I didn't see one, but I wasn't. Maybe it looks like a little veil or something.
You mean for the actual brides of Donvers?
Mm-hmm.
I think you may have to get married to the job if that's the case.
Well, I'm technically a single woman, Byron.
I'm just saying that if you want to give up any other potential station you may be seeking, that's an opportunity for you. But
She shrugs non-committally. Well, if we survive an oncoming war, who knows what'll happen?
I could also probably talk to the Tiefling's Touch if you're looking for a position. I mean,
She playfully she playfully punches him on his squishy arm.
Okay, so after a little bit, they come back, and there is it's an older dwarf. He's still broad in shoulder, but you can see that age is starting to chip away at his massive frame. You would imagine at one point this was a gigantic dwarf. He has a very, very long salt and pepper beard, which he has tucked into his belt. And he is completely bald on top of his head. He's got a hawkish nose with a giant mole on the right side. And he has a scar that runs around the side of his face and almost down to his mouth. Just so you guys don't think improperly, looks nothing like the scars that Mestercath's people had.
I was gonna ask, thank you. I was like, a scar on his face. Wait a second.
Byron would bow low and try to get like really low, like down towards, his waist. And when he stands up again, Byron would say, I feel like it would be a disservice to not introduce ourselves. We were brought into the group through Uli and have since performed various actions to strengthen the city, and we are now leading a charge against Prowler to unseat them from the city's lead. to undo their vile deeds and to remove the plague that is Aruma from the city's grounds. And I felt like we needed to introduce ourselves because my understanding is that this fine gentleman, and I'll put my hand on Uli's shoulder and say, this unbelievably stellar Bronze Mall member and guard who has done nothing but try to produce and promote the name of your guys' company has been, for a lack of better term, shown the discourteous nature of our group performing actions of great deeds, and he has taken the fall for these things. And he's done so unquestioningly and with humility. And I feel like it only does us a service to let you know that anything that may have been seen as a folly on his part probably was the aftermath of others' disservices to the city.
I need from you a rather important persuasion check. It's not really that important, but it's a persuasion check.
24?
24.
24.
You're looking at him and you can see wisdom in his eyes, and he's measuring and weighing every single thing that you say. And he looks at you and then looks at Hasmig and then Rowala and then back to Uli before speaking again. And he goes, "Is that true now?"
Well, I wasn't expecting that.
You're going to have that
I'll-
conversation with yourself.
I'll have to take it under consideration.
Well,
This-
if you could please decide quickly. We don't have a large amount of time before things will begin moving very quickly.
I understand what you're saying, but the Forge, he doesn't move as fast as he used to. So, the Forge is the name of the person who's in charge of the Bronze Mall.
Is he referring to himself in third person?
Mm-hmm.
Of course he is. Hasn't he done that before?
You've never.
I
met
don't
this
think we've
person.
ever seen or heard of this person before.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I can do.
I'm sorry, you'll tell us what the Forge can do. Thank you.
Sorry. I'm doing lots of things here. The Forge is gonna do one thing for you. And he looks over at Rowala. He says, "Go get that man a mall."
Actually,
And
I might be able to help with that. Byron's going to take out his portable hole and unfold it. He's going to hop inside, and from my inventory, I have recorded that I picked up a fire giant's hammer from the forge smith,
Oh shit.
Okay.
and I'm gonna push it up for Casper to take out of the hole to hand to him.
Okay, nope, Jabani. Weapon. Oh, here we go.
Wyvern wing.
Byron, we gotta clean that out. It smells so bad.
You're telling me I'm in here.
Who am I giving this to? Do you want also up? I can push down. Okay, Byron here, right there. Okay, and Maul.
Oli is looking at you, and he's not speaking, but there are silent tears running down his cheek. And
Aww.
the Forge looks at you and he says, the Forge still have to take into consideration what you're saying.
Understandable. I hope that the things that we've done and shown and said at least lend credence.
These young ladies, they were telling me that you're trying to get my help.
We are. With an oncoming war. And I understand that you want to think about it, but there's not much to think about. You have a city to save. We are asking you to save that city.
So give me, this is going to be the persuasion to figure out if/how much he's going to give you in help. So give me a persuasion check.
Can I help real quick just by chiming in a little bit?
What's up?
If left unchecked, there's going to be a war between two dragons, and it's going to destroy this city. And we're trying our best, but we need help.
Okay. And then Byron, I apologize. It looked like you were going to say something.
No, I was going to offer my help as well.
Oh, I can't give you double inspiration, but or double yeah. So go ahead and roll with advantage, Nyx.
I'd still like to hear what Byron wants to say to help, though.
Oh, I think like Byron has been attempting to help this whole time, just with all of the things that he's been saying and doing.
Oh
in
yeah,
the mall.
for sure.
I didn't know if it was like, I thought maybe we were gonna do like an all-in kind of thing, and then Byron was gonna chime in with like a yeah, and then this thing. Then maybe was gonna be like yeah, and also this other, and Aruma is a bitch, so you should definitely help us.
Sure. Byron says at the end of it, and you know what they say, some of the best armor and weaponry can be made from a dragon's hide.
It's true. It's not wrong. Maeve, you got anything?
And my axe.
And I love punching dragons. Yeah.
Nat 20.
What's that give you for total?
A 20.
Funny.
Total of a 20.
But it's a crit, if that matters.
I got a 20 out of 20. It's a +0. What do you want?
He looks at you and he says, the Forge is going to keep thinking about this, but going forward, you'll have Uli, you'll have the brides, and I'll send more help as I can.
Thank you. We will accept any and all help that you can lend us, especially knowing that Uli will be by our side and he carries the force of 20 men easily. But we would also like 20 more men, please, just to be sure.
He looks at you and says, well, the brides aren't men, but they'll get the job done.
Yeah, they will.
Expect nothing less of these fierce ladies, all right? Are you taking applications, by the way? How does one become a... I mean, that's for a different day, but the outfits are very nice.
Rowala looks at you and's like, we can talk about that later. But for now, I'm going to get my sisters.
Tell them to buckle up. We've got an interesting fight ahead of us.
It's dragons. I mean, do you guys have experience fighting dragons?
It's dragons. That's the interesting fight.
I mean, I like the suspense, but I deserve to know.
That's fair. You should know we're fighting. They're two. It's ancient dragons. It's fine. I mean,
I've never fought a dragon. However, the brides are always here to fight off any issues that the city may have.
If
Right.
you need tips, I've slain a dragon.
We
It's okay.
have slain a dragon, Byron.
She looks directly at you and she says, "I don't need the tip or the shaft. I'm married
Oh, wow.
to my job." And she
I'll
walks
encourage you.
over and picks up a gigantic fucking hammer and puts it on her shoulder.
Hell yeah. You better work, you fucking bitch. I love these ladies.
They are so cool.
Thank you for your help, Forge, and you just let us know what you can do. You think on it. You're a man of many thoughts. We can
Correct
tell.
me if I'm wrong. It's not Forge, it's the Forge. Is that right? The Forge?
That's correct.
Wow. Clem. Oh, no, not Clem. Oh, no.
I was just thinking, I was
Sorry.
like, Clem would have loved this. Clem would have been like, that's the best nickname. Why didn't I think of that first? All right, I say we bid these guys a farewell, and then we plan to go see Enchantara next, which I'm sure we will do next time.
Yes, we will do it next time. Byron, you have a finger up in the air. Just something you want to say, do anything.
I was just going to draw a circle on the ground, and we were just going to teleport right into the Enchanters Guild's
Okay.
basement.
So Uli
Hell yeah.
looks
Okay.
concerned and happy at the same time. He's got his big ass hammer, but he's not sure what to think of you guys because you have both hurt and helped him at the same time. But Byron starts to draw the symbols to the circle, and as he does, the screen fades to black, and we say thank you all for sticking around for all the shenanigans that happened, the hate, the love, the terrible accents, but we've got it all except for fighting this time, but we do need some inspiration for next time. Lisa?
Well. It has been several weeks since this particular person has been given inspiration.
Me?
But
You
Kite
shouldn't
Sage,
have.
you done it again. You done it again, you son of a gun.
All right, Kite Sage. You're gonna get inspiration for next week, and that'll put us into July. Holy moly, this year is flying by fast.
Right.
We really appreciate everyone who listens, watches, sends us comments. You're all the best. Have some fun out there next week. What's up?
Oh, we just crossed the 1 year mark. We were 1 day off. We were 1 day off from a year, but yeah, June 22nd. This is June 28th is the day we're recording. We are 1 year in, baby.
Holy schmoly, that's
Right.
a long time. Well,
Who's
all of
gonna
you are the-
dress up to celebrate next week?
Maeve,
we've got a not a cop hat on already. I feel like that's pretty dressed up. Thank you everyone for sticking with us for the past year. This has been a wonderful adventure, and I didn't even realize how much the time has flown.
yeah, it's been
Yeah.
awesome. We really appreciate all of you, and hope to see you back next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Hi, guys. Love you guys.
Bye.